I'm, of course, Robert Johnson with Houston Music Review, and I'm here today with Carah Faye and Jeremy Dawson of Shiny Toy Guns. So it's good to see you guys again.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What were your favorite songs off of the album to play live?
Fading Listening's fun because it's like a chill. It's not like any of our other songs, so when that comes in the set, it's kind of nice.
Japanese is a ball. People go crazy.
What were your favorite cities to play? Were there any that were like particularly nuts?
Salt Lake.
So Raleigh. Was it Raleigh or was it? Yeah, it was Raleigh. Raleigh, Durham, or Winston-Salem. One of those cigarette cities in the Carolinas. It was, but yeah, Salt Lake was nuts. But those two cities stuck out to me. The hardcore, like I don't know why about North Carolina, but people were just so receptive and so excited. It was a really good show.
One of the tracks on the album, EVAY, the beginning of the song starts out and it's like Chad singing, but it sounds like he's been reversed. What's going on there?
You nailed it. He's been reversed. He's been reversed ever since too. It's been really difficult to talk to him.
Yeah.
Just and you just kind of have to listen and. Yeah, Missy Elliott did the same thing. It took like 3 or 4 months for her to be able to talk again.
Yeah.
So is it just an experimental thing that took form on that song?
No, sometimes, to tell the truth.
Yeah, to tell the truth.
It's in a writing sense, if you reverse the lyrics and use it to melodyne the melody, to find a melody that you enjoy, and then later do the lyrics. I mean, sometimes the lyrics come first, sometimes baseline. We never know. But in this case, he had this awesome epic melody and was melodyning himself reversed. And then we all, time after time, were doing shots at trying to get the lyrics done and doing different concepts, and it just didn't beat the reversed, the emotion, what was emoting from him just mumbling. So we kept it. Why not?
Wait for Me, beginning to end, just feels like it's built up with emotion. Could you tell me the story behind the song?
Lyrically
and in terms of composition?
it's like the whole album theme to me, in my opinion, because it's about life, about love, it's about death, and it was we all three wrote the lyric together, but separately, if that makes sense. Like we all three contributed 3 thoughts together, and it sort of came, like it was, some of the lyric was written right after a very close friend of the band passed away. Some of it was written when there was a big breakup. Some of it was written, I can't think of anything else that from my side, but that's what sort of brings the real seriousness and the presentness of the literal lyric up to the front of the song, is because it's like when you experience raw stuff like having a baby, or maybe your best friend dies, or your boyfriend or girlfriend dumps you, then you can spit out a whole bunch of stuff into 3 words, and it's like, I'm dead, or I'm hurting, or I'm amazing, and you could say those words or write those words in a different context when you're not actually feeling that stuff, and it's meaningless. And it's like, oh, these lyrics are boring. But because we were going through stuff, that's kind of what makes it special. Like there's real stuff happening to the writers, and they wrote a song about it, and that's what makes it, to me, it's special.
Carah, you sound like vocally just brilliant on the entire album.
Thank you.
I think it's like such a mature effort from you beginning to end. You sound, the tone is so great, and it really, really just sounds wonderful. And what I'm wondering is, I'm trying.
Was it really you?
Was it the Carah Faye plugin?
I'm trying to picture you recording these songs. How do you get into the zone? What do you do when you're about to record vocals for a track like Wait For Me versus a track like Speaking Japanese?
Well, sometimes, especially when a song just has a mosquito like, here's your melody, here's the lyrics, and then, okay, let's see how I want to sing this. Sometimes we sit there and play around with different voices, and it takes us, half an hour to get into a groove of like, there's the attitude. There's the attitude we want. Like the disco, it was like immediate. It was like, we want this dance clubby, blah, 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 kind of carefree, but tough, go. And it was like, what came out was like one or a couple takes and we had it. Mm-hmm. And we never redid it.
We used all the takes, actually. We just put them on top of each other.
It was crazy.
We were supposed to go play it at this club to see what it sounded like on a big sound system. So instead of like taking the time and picking every word, we just opened up the vocal and unmuted them all and kind of put them all together. And then that was it.
Kind of cool chorus.
It worked.
Wow, that's really cool. Did you like move them to different channels and have like some on the left, some on the right, or just throw them all on top?
That's the thing, we didn't have time to overthink
No,
it.
yeah, it was like we were like fighting the clock, and that became the final vocal.
I'm wondering what's next for Shiny Toy Guns.
Good question.
We just recently released in the UK, so we're still garnering what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, Summer to High did very well over there. I think we hit a number 11 on the club chart there, a remix version of the song. But it's not to be too revealing, but in this day and age, you kind of have to. There's a lot of little planets that have to line up in order for things to go forward in a way that we would be happy and our fans would be happy to do, which is getting some extracurricular work with the album, which means different forms of media, sort of grabbing a hold of a song, like maybe a television show or a film or something. And when that happens, it's happened to us on every record, then that becomes this sort of point of entry, and then we'll follow that up with the radio single and a tour, and everything just continues on down the merry way. And we're sort of waiting to see what opportunities are out there for that to happen. Otherwise, it's really hard. If you look at all the music that's out right now, there's a reason why it's there. Every band that's huge right now, there's a reason why they're where they're at. And it's not because they played 1,000 shows in a row or they made this incredible album. It's because they did play 1,000 shows in a row and they have an incredible album, and there was a point of entry that catapulted them to the mass. Yeah, there's.
I'd like to see us go have something spark in another country, because since I've been back, we haven't been out of the U.S. Did we go to Canada?
Briefly, we just did Toronto, real quick.
Yeah, so I mean, we haven't been to the UK since 2007,
right?
And we did well there, and we've never been to Australia, and the second record in particular did really well there. So it's like,
your Ghost Town's number one in a couple of cities, but like
these are markets that are
international. We're dying to get out and go play.
It just costs a lot of money.
I know those fans are ready for you to come out there too.
Every day they write and write and write, but just to move one way, just to move our team and our equipment to London in order to rent vehicles to begin to proceed from there is $15,000 just to get up and move there, and that's not even coming home. So it's really like the cost of doing business in this day and age has been so magnified by rising jet fuel. And we used to be able to fly to New York for $190 from LA. It was no big deal. We flew to Chicago to play House of Blues. It was $160 when we borrowed the money from your friend.
Yeah.
And now to fly to Austin, it was $800 a piece or something. And it's just insanity.
Yeah.
So we come here and play. And
that was what? I think it was exactly $1,400, and we flew
like everybody,
everyone round trip to Chicago and back.
So now when we come here and play like tonight, all the money's gone. Not that it's all about money, but we're not 19 years old anymore. We have rent just like you do. We have food. We like to eat food, chocolate. Chocolate's expensive. No, we have normal lives and bills. And there's like the 5% of the bands who make an extraordinary amount of money, and then there's the rest of us out there who love music too. And it's just like there's not enough to go around. It gets frustrating because we want to leave. We could book a tour in the UK right now and do very well, but the amount of money that a ticket costs to buy a concert ticket in the UK times however many days it would be there is not going to equal the amount of money it costs just to fly there and back.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
You know?
even if we could do like a UK tour, even like a small promotional tour and break even, we would do it. But we can't.
2 seconds.
We can't even facilitate a break even. We would come home in debt at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. Do you have anything you want to say to your fans before we go?
Don't be mad at us if we haven't come to a town near you. We're dying to do it. We love playing shows. We live for it.
Yeah, and your family has a mom or a dad that works for the airline. Have them give me an email.
I had there's a girl who's been a longtime friend in France, and she like kind
What's
of.
her name? The E-girl?
Don't say her name.
Oh.
She kind of like denounced us and said some mean things because we weren't able to come to France, and it broke my heart. And she said, this is a long-time super fan, and they just don't understand like how badly. Why wouldn't we want to go to France?
Yeah.
Like how badly we would love to come there, and they take it personally.
Well,
And it's
everyone
really
thinks
hard.
that everyone thinks that if you're in a band, just that general sense, you're in a band that you are just loaded, and there's all this excess money to allow you to do this stuff, and that's just not true. We can't just go to France. We could go to, Carah and I could go to France and hang out, but to bring, 6,000 pounds of equipment, techs and people and hotels and PDs and me, it just adds up to this astronomical amount of money. Way more than what it would cost to, it's just like people don't get it, but there's ways around it, and we're working on it, and one of those ways is like something like this, like you can, cool companies like Red Bull, and there's a bunch of other ones out there like Mophie, they are coming to the table with bands, and they're doing like, hey, do you want to go to do this? We'll pay for this much of it, and have your stuff there, and it's like, and it's cool because it's not like we're selling tampons or beer or something. It's like companies that are cool and youthful, and it just works out for everybody. It's weird.
We have things we're working on.
Yeah.
Historically, with this band, we've needed something to launch us, and it'll come. We have faith.
Then let's end on this. In whatever city you're in right now, tell a friend about Shiny Toy Guns, and then
Yeah.
have them tell
Tell
somebody
a
else
friend.
about Shiny Toy Guns.
It sounds like
Generate
you said,
enthusiasm
Yeah, tell
and
a
get the
friend.
demand so high that
Look on the number right here across your screen. If you just call right now.
Demand it.
demand
Right
it,
now.
make it happen. My name is Robert Johnson.
My name is Robert Johnson.
Thank you to Jeremy Dawson and Carah Faye, Shiny Toy Guns. Thank you.